What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Zora Neale Hurston once said, and I quote, love, I find, is like singing. Everybody can do enough to satisfy themselves, though it may not impress the neighbors as being very much. Most folks only think I had to fight for freedom in the South or during the war. But, child, let me tell you about the time I had my own little war up north of Boston. On my way on a train ride to an anti slavery meeting, I thought I stopped to visit my cousin in Troy, New York. Before I could get off the train station, I heard some U.S. commissioners was trying to send a man I hadn't known by the name of Charles Nolly back into slavery. Well, I wasn't going to stand by idly and let that happen. I put on this red bonnet, bought this here cane, bent over, and this old granny started walking slowly past a dozen white men in the courtroom. Prior to going in to save Charles, I told all the colored folk to get all their friends together at the town center to watch closely for me at the window. I give the signal for them to yell, "Fire! Fire! Fire!" Well, as you can imagine, the yelling startled the men inside, and confusion followed. I used the moment to grab Charles by the neck. I wasn't going to let him go. No way. Though they beat us both bloody and my clothes was torn to rags, I told the men, drag us out, drag him to the river, and drown him. But don't let the commissioners have him. When it comes to talking about freedom and fighting for it, I surely knows what that's all about. I know you have to keep fighting to hold on to your freedom and the freedom of other people too. We can all be kind and courageous, or what I call an upstand, in our own way and help others. We may not have superpowers like our favorite superhero, but we can all take action and stand for what we believe. But what is an upstander, you may ask? And what does an upstander do? An upstander is a person who supports and stands up for someone else. One situation you might see is bullying. Bullying is when someone is hurt by unwanted words or actions, usually more than once, and has a hard time stopping what is happening to them. So, if you saw or heard someone being bullied, something you could do to stand up to it? Well, I declare you have three upstanding options. Number one, be a buddy. I showed Charles that he had a friend in me. The commissioners weren't expecting Charles to have a buddy. It changed everything that day. Number two, interrupt. When the bullying starts, find a way to interrupt. As soon as I gave the signal for the people outside the window to yell fire, it gave Charles a way out of there. Number three, speak out. This takes tons of courage. But face the bully and say, that's mean. Don't do that. I showed the men what the commissioners was doing was not welcome. I also got other peoples to look. They joined in as upstanders too. Is there anything you would be willing to stand up for? I knows of a girl. Her name is Molly Diaz. She lives right here in our community. And she grown tired of receiving reading lists about boy characters and their dog. When her mother asked her, well, Molly, what you gonna do about it? She decided to advocate for a reading list that included Black girls as the main characters. She organized the 1,000 Black Girl Book Campaign, which she collected 13,000 books that she donated to the schools in her mother's hometown of Jamaica. She wrote a book about it called Molly Diaz Gets It Done. So can you. Take some time now to write in your journal the unique talents you have that you could use in love to stand up for a person or a cause. My name is Lois Myers. I am Harriet Tubman, and I approve this message from Chapter 33, Show Love in Actions Wherever You Go, in a book written by Carol V. Brown, The Harriet Tubman Way.